Most people think success changes your life in one dramatic scene. One lucky break, one viral idea, one perfect opportunity, one moment where everything finally clicks. But real success usually does not arrive like lightning. It is built quietly, through the things you repeat every day, the thoughts you feed, the people you spend time with, the story you tell yourself, the standards you hold, and the habits you practice when nobody is watching. That is the heart of Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi. This book is not really about adding more hours to your day. It is about replacing the habits that keep you stuck with habits that move you toward a better future. Because your life is not shaped only by what you want. It is shaped by what you repeatedly do. And if your habits are built around fear, doubt, distraction, comparison, and survival, your life will reflect that. But if your habits are built around clarity, confidence, service, growth, and purpose, your life starts moving in a different direction. The big promise of this book is simple. You do not need to become a completely different person to change your life. You need to become more intentional about the habits that are already shaping it. The incredible story of John Paul DeJoria. One of the most powerful stories in the book is the story of John Paul DeJoria, also known as JP. His life did not begin with privilege. He was born in 1944 to immigrant parents in Los Angeles. His parents divorced when he was very young. His mother struggled to support him and his brother, so they spent years in foster care. Later, when they returned home, the boys sold Christmas cards, newspapers, and flower pots to help their mother survive. As a teenager, JP struggled in school and got involved with the wrong crowd. One day, a teacher embarrassed him in front of the entire class and told the students not to hang around him because he would never amount to anything. That sentence could have destroyed him. But instead, it lit a fire. JP decided he would prove that teacher wrong. His path was not easy. He joined the Navy, got married, had a son, and worked a series of low-paying jobs. He was a janitor, a gas station clerk, an insurance salesman, and a door-to-door encyclopedia salesman. At one point, after losing his job and being left by his wife, he became homeless. He had his young son with him and only a few $100s to his name. Then he made a bold move. With just $700, he helped start a hair care company while living out of his car. That company became John Paul Mitchell Systems, one of the most successful hair care brands in the world. Later, he also helped build other major businesses, including Patron Spirits. His story matters because it shows something deeper than rags to riches. It shows that success is not about where you start. It is about the habits, beliefs, and standards you choose when life gives you every reason to quit. Habit 1. Do your best, even when nobody is watching. One of JP's earliest success habits came from his job as a janitor. He was earning very little money, but he cleaned with pride. He worked as if the owner were watching him every second. One day, his boss noticed and praised him. That moment taught him a lesson that stayed with him forever. Successful people do excellent work even when nobody is checking. This is a simple habit, but it separates amateurs from professionals. Many people only give effort when there is a reward, recognition, or pressure. But people who build extraordinary lives develop a higher internal standard. They do not wait for someone else to motivate them. They do not need applause to do the job well. They do not treat small responsibilities as meaningless. They understand that how you do one thing often becomes how you do everything. If you cut corners when the stakes are low, you train yourself to cut corners when the stakes are high. But if you bring excellence into small tasks, you build the identity of someone who can be trusted with bigger opportunities. That is the first millionaire success habit. Raise your standard before life raises the reward. Habit 2. Stay enthusiastic after rejection. JP's second major success habit came from selling encyclopedias door to door. Imagine knocking on 50 doors and having all 50 people reject you. Most people would feel crushed, embarrassed, tired, maybe even angry. But JP realized that if he wanted to succeed, he had to bring the same energy to door number 51 as he brought to door number 1. That is a powerful lesson. Rejection is part of almost every meaningful path, If you build a business, people will say no. If you sell, people will ignore you. If you create content, people may not watch at first. If you pursue a dream, some people will doubt you. The question is not whether rejection will happen. The question is whether rejection will control your identity. Unsuccessful people often treat rejection as proof that they are not good enough. Successful people treat rejection as feedback, training, and part of the process. They do not let one closed door change who they are at the next door. That is the habit. Do not let yesterday's rejection steal today's confidence. Habit 3. Know where you are going. Dean Graziosi says one of the biggest problems today is that people are moving fast without knowing where they actually want to go. He describes it like having a Ferrari brain with no GPS. You have energy, you have ideas, you have ambition, you have anxiety, you have movement, but no clear destination. And when you do not know where you are going, speed becomes dangerous. Many people know what they do not want. They do not want their current job. They do not want financial stress. They do not want to feel stuck. They do not want to disappoint their family. They do not want to waste their life. But knowing what you do not want is not the same as knowing what you do want. Success requires direction. You need two things. First, a clear picture of where you want to go. Second, an honest understanding of where you are right now. Without vision, you drift. Without honesty, you lie to yourself. And when you combine vision with honesty, you create a real starting point. The reverse visualization exercise. One of the most practical tools in the book is reverse visualization. Instead of simply imagining your dream future from where you are now, you imagine yourself 1 year from today looking back. Picture your best version 1 year in the future. You are healthier, calmer, more confident, more successful, more aligned. Your work is better. Your relationships are better. Your finances are better. Your energy is better. Now ask, what had to happen over the past year for me to become this version of myself? What habits did I build? What did I stop tolerating? Who did I spend less time with? What skill did I improve? What fear did I face? What goal did I finally commit to? This exercise is powerful because it turns a vague dream into a visible path. You are not just saying, I want a better life. You are identifying the steps that your future self would thank you for taking. That is how clarity becomes action. Habit 4. Find your 7-level why. Dean Graziosi teaches that one of the most important success habits is finding your deeper why. Most people think they know why they want success. I want more money. I want a better job. I want freedom. I want to prove people wrong. Those answers are valid, but often they are only surface level. The 7-level why exercise pushes you deeper. You start with a desire, then ask why again and again. For example, why do you want to make more money? Because I want more freedom. Why do you want more freedom? Because I want control over my time. Why do you want control over your time? Because I want to be present with my family. Why does that matter? Because I do not want to miss my life while chasing survival. And suddenly the goal is no longer just money. It becomes love, presence, peace, legacy, self-respect. That deeper reason has power. A shallow goal may motivate you for a few days. A deep why can carry you through years of difficulty. Because when the work gets hard, discipline alone may not be enough. You need a reason strong enough to pull you forward when comfort tries to pull you back. Habit 5. Feed the right wolf. The book includes the famous story of the two wolves. Inside every person, there is a battle between two forces. One wolf is negative, fearful, angry, doubtful, and pessimistic. The other wolf is hopeful, courageous, grateful, compassionate, and strong. A child asks, which wolf wins? The answer is simple: the one you feed. This story captures one of the most important ideas in personal growth. Your mindset is not fixed. It is fed. Every day, you feed one side of yourself through what you watch, what you say, who you listen to, what you believe, and what you repeat. If you constantly feed fear, fear grows. If you constantly feed doubt, doubt grows. If you constantly feed resentment, resentment grows. But if you feed courage, courage grows. If you feed gratitude, gratitude grows. If you feed purpose, purpose grows. This does not mean pretending life is easy. It means choosing which part of yourself gets stronger. Your why feeds the good wolf. It gives you a reason to keep going when the bad wolf says, quit, hide, stay small. You are not enough. Habit 6. Get great at what you are already good at. A lot of people spend their lives trying to fix every weakness, but Graziosi suggests a different approach. Get amazing at what you are already good at. This does not mean ignoring all weaknesses. Some weaknesses need to be managed, but your greatest success is usually connected to your strengths. Everyone has something they naturally do better than most people. Maybe you communicate well. Maybe you understand systems. Maybe you are creative. Maybe you sell well. Maybe you organize chaos. Maybe you build trust quickly. Maybe you notice opportunities others miss. The goal is to identify your natural strengths and sharpen them until they become valuable. Average effort in your weakness may only make you mediocre. Focused effort in your strength can make you exceptional. Success often comes when you stop trying to become someone else and start fully developing what is already inside you. Habit 7. Choose your inner circle. Carefully. Your environment matters more than most people want to admit. Dean describes people as either battery chargers or battery drainers. Battery chargers give you energy. They challenge you, support you, inspire you, and remind you of who you are trying to become. Battery drainers leave you exhausted. They complain, criticize, discourage, gossip, or make you feel smaller. This does not mean you should judge everyone harshly or abandon people the moment they struggle. But it does mean you need to be honest about who has influence over your mind, because you become more like the people you spend time with. If your circle normalizes excuses, you will make more excuses. If your circle normalizes growth, you will grow. If your circle laughs at ambition, you may hide your dreams. If your circle expects excellence, you will raise your standards. Your inner circle is not just social, it is strategic. Protect your energy like it matters. Because it does. Habit 8. Rewrite your story. Many people are not stuck because they lack talent. They are stuck because they are trapped inside an old story. A story about failure. A story about not being smart enough. A story about being unlucky. A story about being rejected. A story about coming from the wrong background. A story about why success is possible for other people, but not for them. Graziosi teaches that one of the most powerful habits is learning to rewrite your story, not by denying the past, but by changing the meaning you attach to it. Instead of saying, "My past proves I am broken," you can say, "My past trained me to be strong." Instead of saying, "I failed, so I am a failure," you can say, "I failed, so I learned what does not work." Instead of saying, "People doubted me, so maybe they were right," you can say, "People doubted me, and that gave me fuel." This is not fake positivity. It is leadership over your own identity. You cannot always control what happened to you, but you can influence the story you carry forward. And the story you carry becomes the life you build. Habit 9. Build real confidence. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is not pretending you have no fear. Graziosi describes confidence as a combination of three things: courage, commitment, capability. Courage means you act even when fear is present. Commitment means you do not quit the moment things become uncomfortable. Capability means you build real skill through practice. This is important because many people wait to feel confident before they act. But confidence usually comes after action, not before. You do the hard thing, you survive it, you learn, you improve. Then your brain starts to believe, maybe I can handle this. Confidence grows through evidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build confidence. Every time you do what you said you would do, you build confidence. Every time you face fear and keep moving, you build confidence. Self-trust is built, one kept promise at a time. Habit 10. Choose one shining goal. One of the most powerful success habits is focus. Graziosi shares the idea that really successful people say no to almost everything. Why? Because every yes has a cost. When you say yes to distractions, you say no to progress. When you say yes to other people's priorities, you say no to your own. When you say yes to too many goals, you scatter your energy. The solution is to choose one shining goal, one goal that matters most right now. Then list the activities that directly support that goal. Anything outside that list becomes a candidate for no. This is hard because distractions often look like opportunities. But success requires concentration. A magnifying glass only starts a fire when the light is focused. Your energy works the same way. Habit 11. Learn to sell ethically. Graziosi emphasizes that sales are not just for salespeople. Everyone sells. You sell your ideas. You sell your value in a job interview. You sell your leadership. You sell your vision. You sell your product, service, story, or mission. The problem is that many people think selling means manipulating. But ethical selling is the opposite. It is about understanding people deeply, listening to what they want, and helping them make a decision that genuinely serves them. The best salespeople are not pushy. They are attentive. They ask better questions. They listen for pain points. They build trust. They communicate clearly. They do not sell past the sale. Selling ethically means remembering that the person in front of you has dreams, fears, needs, and desires of their own. When you sell with honesty and empathy, selling becomes service. Habit 12. Be happy now, not someday. One of the most important warnings in the book is that success does not automatically create happiness. Many people believe, I will be happy when I make more money. I will be happy when I prove myself. I will be happy when I reach the next level. But if you train yourself to delay happiness forever, success will not fix the pattern. You will simply move the finish line again. That is why Graziosi encourages readers to define what happiness looks like today. Not someday, not after the big win. Today. Happiness is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about learning to be present, grateful, and grounded while still pursuing growth. You can be ambitious and grateful at the same time. You can want more without hating where you are. You can chase excellence without making yourself miserable. That balance matters, because the goal is not to become successful and lose yourself in the process. The goal is to build a life that is both meaningful and alive while you are living it. How to apply Millionaire Success Habits. The best way to use this book is not to try to change everything at once. Start with one habit. First, get clear on your destination. Ask yourself, where do I want to be 1 year from now? Then reverse engineer the path. Second, go 7 levels deep on your why. Do not settle for surface motivation. Find the emotional reason that actually matters. Third, audit your environment. Who charges your battery? Who drains it? What content feeds your good wolf? What content feeds your bad wolf? Fourth, choose one shining goal. Not 10, not 5. One priority that deserves your focus right now. Fifth, take one action today that proves your new identity. Send the message, make the call, study the skill, clean the room, create the offer, record the video, save the money, apologize, begin. The action does not have to be huge, it just has to be real. Because success habits are not built through thinking, they are built through repetition. Final takeaway: your habits are voting for your future millionaire success. Habits is not about magic formulas or overnight success. It is about becoming the kind of person who creates better outcomes because your daily habits are aligned with your future. Dean Graziosi's message is clear. Know where you are going. Find your deeper why. Feed the right wolf. Do excellent work even when nobody is watching. Stay enthusiastic after rejection. Focus on your strengths. Choose your circle carefully. Rewrite the story that keeps you small. Build confidence through courage, commitment, and capability. Say no to distractions. Sell with empathy. And do not postpone happiness until some imaginary finish line. Success is not just about money. It is about who you become on the way there. So here is the challenge. Before you move on, choose one habit from this summary and practice it today. Ask your 7-level why. Write your one shining goal. Remove one battery drainer. Feed the good wolf. Do one small task with excellence. Because every day, your habits are casting votes. Votes for the person you used to be, or votes for the person you are becoming. And the future does not belong to the person with the biggest dream. It belongs to the person who builds the habits to match it.